Our top story tonight is about Ukraine. It threatens to go nuclear as Putin nears victory in the war. Well, not technically, but the possibility is closer than ever. Reports suggest that Ukraine could be months away from developing a crude nuclear bomb. The big question is, would Ukraine use such a weapon against Russia? Here's why we're asking this. Well, according to a briefing paper that was prepared for Ukraine's defense ministry, the country could assemble a basic nuclear bomb in months if Donald Trump withdraws U.S. military assistance. This paper, which is published by the Center for Army, Conversion and Disarmament Studies, an influential Ukrainian military think tank, it's reportedly been shared with Ukraine's deputy defense minister. The report says Ukraine could use technology similar to the Fat Man bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki in 1945. This paper says that the task of creating a simple atomic bomb would be quote-unquote not difficult even 80 years later. With time running out on the battlefield, building uranium enrichment facilities just isn't an option in wartime. And so reports suggest that if Ukraine wanted to build a nuclear bomb, it would have to use plutonium from spent fuel rods. Remember, Ukraine still controls 9 active nuclear reactors and has decades of expertise in nuclear technology. Even though it gave up the world's third largest nuclear arsenal in 1996, the knowledge remains. According to the document, Ukraine has around 7 tons of plutonium. That's more than enough. Only a small fraction of this would be needed if Ukraine wanted to create a nuclear arsenal capable of hundreds of tactical warheads. Each warhead would have a yield of several kilotons, that is around 1/10 of the Fat Man dropped on Nagasaki. Even at that size, a bomb like this could destroy an entire Russian airbase or other high-value targets. The document's author, Oleksiy Yzhak, head of department at Ukraine's National Institute for Strategic Studies, says that the exact yield would be hard to predict. This would involve mixed plutonium isotopes. For such a device to work, the plutonium would require a complicated conventional explosion design. According to the document, while this is challenging, the technology is within Ukraine's capabilities. Last month, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reportedly told U.S. President-elect Donald Trump that Ukraine would need nuclear weapons to guarantee its security if NATO membership was blocked. Remember, Russia has demanded that NATO rule out further expansion, and that would mean no membership for Ukraine in the US-led bloc. That's what started the Ukraine war in the first place. And so naturally, Ukraine worries about its security. Later, though, Zelensky did clarify, saying that he was referring to the lack of any alternative security guarantee. Furthermore, Ukrainian officials have denied any plans for nuclear rearmament. Still, this paper briefing that suggests Ukraine build a bomb has been shared with Ukraine's deputy defense minister. According to reports, it has already been presented at a meeting with Ukrainian officials. Where does the Ukrainian government stand on this? Although not officially endorsed by the Ukrainian government, the paper outlines the legal basis for Ukraine to withdraw from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Just a little background here. When Ukraine ratified the NPT under the 1994 Budapest Memorandum, it agreed to give up over 1,000 strategic nuclear warheads. Kyiv gave up its nuclear warheads in exchange for security guarantees from the United States, UK as well as Russia. Now, this document in question argues that Russia's violation of this agreement provides legal grounds for Ukraine to withdraw from the NPT. Not just legal, the paper said that there is also now moral justification for reconsidering its decision to remain non-nuclear. You see, after over 3 years of fighting with the war with Russia, Ukraine is getting war-weary and desperate on the battlefield. Russian troops are gaining momentum as they advance in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. Now, with Trump wanting to bring Russia and Ukraine to the negotiating table, the question is, will Trump pressure Ukraine to cut a deal with Russia? Remember, Trump has also said that he will cut American military aid unless Kyiv submits to peace talks with Putin. Ukraine is worried, to say the least. Ukrainian forces are heavily dependent on American weapons. Any reduction in the flow of Western arms would have catastrophic consequences for Ukraine on the battlefield. Is that why Ukraine is looking to take matters into their own hands? Military experts say that Ukraine has the skill to build a nuclear weapon. They say Trump should pay attention as more nuclear arms in Europe could be disastrous. But just to be clear, Ukraine's foreign ministry insists that it has no such plans for nuclear weapons. Ukraine officially maintains that it is committed to the non-proliferation treaty. But if Russia keeps advancing on the battleground, could Ukraine change its stance? We'll have to wait and watch. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.